Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Vulnerability Time. We are officially here in season 5. It's great to be back. Okay, a couple things before we get started. One, please share this podcast. You never know whose life you're going to save by just sharing the podcast. Two, please leave a review of the podcast on Apple Podcast or wherever you're listening to your podcast from. Please leave a review. It really helps the algorithm. It really helps the podcast, get more noticed and all that good stuff. And third thing, so in the episode description below, we will have the video podcast link. So if you're wanting to watch the video interaction, please click in the episode description below and you will find the YouTube link. And with that being said, let us get started with whatever episode this is going to be, because I don't know what the episode is going to be right now, because this is a pre-recorded intro. Yes. Alrighty, with that being said, welcome to season 5 of Vulnerability Time. So I already did a pre-recorded intro.
I love that.
Yes. But I decided I also want to be a little childish, so I'm gonna go ahead and act like this is the 80s talk show intro really quick. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. Can you still see me?
I see the old time TV music.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's okay. I will do the poses after the music's over, but right now they could still see. They could see you and me and the let me just go ahead and be childish. All right. Let me go ahead and stop the presentation. So these are the poses, Lavender, that I did. I was being absolutely childish. I was like,
Yes.
and now a word from our non-sponsor.
Yes.
If you have a structured settlement and you need cash now, call JG Wentworth.
877 cash now.
I guess. There you go. Oh my God. See, my camera will glitch just a little bit just because I just exited the YouTube part, by the way. So I just want you to know, Lavender, it's not your phone doing it.
Okay, no worries. Oh my gosh, I
Okay.
just realized. Are we recording?
Yes, we're recording.
I forgot my jewelry.
Do you need to go get it? Do you need to pause and go get it? Because I can stall.
Stall for
I
me
can
for one
stall.
quick second.
Okay, good. I have a message from Progressive and Flow. Alrighty, everyone. Oh, I forgot. I don't know if what does Progressive do, everyone? Do they do? It's not like y'all can talk back to me, right? Do they do insurance? You could save 15% or more on Geico and on Progressive Insurance. Um, brought to you by Geico. No, brought to you by State Farm. Jake from State Farm. Oh, nope.
In a
All
back.
states stand. Are you in good hands? Oh, okay. Great. Okay. So
Okay.
before we get into what we're going to talk about, I do want to say, um, you and I laugh a lot and I love it. So I thought that this was a perfect opportunity for me to try this thing that I thought of the other day.
Okay.
And channeling my outer laughter inwards. So that I don't know if that is a thing, but I was just like, when I want to burst out laughing, I'm gonna not hold it. I'm
Yes.
gonna channel it inside. I want that
Okay.
inner laughter. So I'm gonna start it right now. Um,
I can't wait to see what this looks like.
Okay, no, wait, wait. Okay, I started now. I
Yeah.
started now. There we go. Right. Okay, it's
Alright.
official, official.
Yes.
Oh no, not me freezing because I just took out YouTube. Let me take that
It's
out.
okay. As long as your voice isn't glitching, then I feel like we'll be fine.
Yes, yes. Yes, we love that. So Lavender, you're back.
Mm.
Obviously one of easily one of the top requested guests. Hair flip. Can we also mention that your skin is gleaming, the lighting is
Oh,
there,
well, thank
and
you.
your hair is super cute?
Thank you. I'll be 2 years locked in like 4 months.
Yes.
So we love that.
Yes. We love
And
that.
I don't know what to tell you. My baby
You are
genetics.
so gorgeous. You are just, I miss you. I'm
Ah,
so glad to have you back.
I'm,
Everyone is
yes.
glad to have you back.
Well,
Everyone.
I'm glad to talk to people because boy, do I
Yes.
like talking.
Yes, we love it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so Lavender,
Just so.
what are we talking about today?
So I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about like reality TV
Yes.
and
Mhm.
such. I've been watching Love is Blind recently, the last season.
The last season or the current season?
Yeah, the current season. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
season. Have you?
yeah.
A little bit?
That there no, I've watched it. There are the immaturity and the lack of self-awareness blows my mind.
It's
Um,
so interesting to me. So
oh,
interesting.
talk about it.
Okay,
Talk about it. So,
so
folks, we are connecting this to vulnerability time. We just got to start off somewhere because
yeah,
reality
yeah,
TV, it does affect. It definitely has an impact on our society, our social media. I
yeah.
think, but yeah, let me let Lavender um start this off. Lavender.
So yeah, it probably not probably it. I think it would take a lot of vulnerability to go on a show like that
Yes.
because one, like you're on TV. Two, you have this like extreme pressure to find love and get married, and like
Yes.
so you're having to be your most vulnerable self. But I also feel like because of that pressure, that vulnerability can be faked or manipulated or
Oh
like,
yeah.
like presented as something that it's not because that's so it happens after these couples like pick each other and then they start like living together. It's like, oh, so what you were telling me in the pods, that wasn't true. Like
Right.
there's a whole
Right.
disconnect here. But man, I just think it's so interesting. What is it, 5 couples that came out of the pods? I think
5 or 6. 5, I think.
five,
5 or 6.
4 or 5, maybe 5.
Maybe 5. I
So,
don't know. It's one of them. All I know is there were definitely a few couples that really. I will say this. Um, I have to be honest. I've been working on not judging, right?
mhm,
That show, and I was doing pretty good at it. I turned on the show, um, and then I had to stop watching it because I started judging again. Um,
mhm.
Eventually, I was like, "It's Love Is Blind. I kind of have to watch it. It's Love Is Blind."
Right.
Because the first season was iconic,
Iconic.
put it on the map.
Like it made sense. Like
Yes.
the first season, real. Everything after.
Yeah, it's just kind of,
Correct.
um, though it still is very popular, we can definitely see a difference. A
Yes, a
difference.
sharp decline in the quality of
Yeah.
couples. The
Right.
odds.
Yes.
Very much.
And that show, it brought out a lot. I don't want to say a lot. It brought out an area that I still need to grow in. Okay.
Mm,
Because I realized that I still do. There is still a slight biases that I have towards men. And so I've been working on that, just when I thought, I was like succeeded, a little bit, this show, it helped, bring out, okay, this is a small area. And I say small because it's finally smaller, but that I need to work on. Um, I've really found myself, um, I've really found myself judging that one guy that stayed out with Sarah till like 5 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Even his mom got onto him. And when I tell you, like, I started really judging. And I'm grateful for the moment, though it didn't feel good because I was very self-aware in the moment. I was like, I'm judging, I shouldn't do this. Like, Josias, if you're gonna watch this show and judge, then turn it off.
Yeah.
And then I was also like, no, I gotta see how this unfolds. Please, I hope she leaves him. I hope she leaves him.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't want to spoil anything,
I've
but
seen so many spoilers. I'm still gonna watch, you know.
I'm
I really
sorry, dang
want
it, I laughed. Channel that laughter.
Hmm.
Yes, but Lavender, I I mean, I was looking and I was like, first of all, the immaturity and the lack of self-awareness, it happened to the lack of self-awareness that I saw and the immaturity that I saw on the show. Of me personally, I saw it with, mostly the males. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Some
a dangerous situation when your biases align with the facts. Oh, 'cause
it is
I
'cause, like
drilled the judgment. I was like,
it is
yes.
it is confirmation, but I wouldn't say it's confirmation bias because it's like you didn't
Very
turn
true.
on the show to be like, "Oh, look at these awful men." Like,
Right.
I feel like most people who watch the show turned on the show to see, like, is season 1 gonna happen again? Will there actually be, like, a legit couple
Right.
again? And and I think watching shows like this can really it shows you what people, like, are actually talking about, like, what therapists like, you see Instagram therapists talking about, like, anxious and
Yeah.
avoidant attachment style. Like,
Yes.
you get to
Yes.
see that play out. You
That's what I
get
was saying.
yeah, like, you
That's what
get
I
to
said
watch
the
it.
other day.
It's a great, like, human case study on love and what it's like dating in real world. And yes, they're taking out, like, the social media part about it, but, like, when you really think about it, people back in the day, and I'm talking, like, oh, shoot.
I mean,
Okay, so I can't do hand gestures. iPhone update. Didn't know you still did that on Google.
I didn't know they did that at all.
Yeah, that's an update. If you do hand gestures, like, okay, I can do hearts. I'll do a heart. A heart.
Oh, I'm on my Windows laptop.
Yeah, like, I see hearts. Rock on. This is stupid. Okay, I want to do hand gestures. Um, I don't even remember what I was saying.
You were saying how it's a human case study.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a great human.
Yeah, and oh gosh, you get to see things play out and watch. I feel like if you see other people make mistakes, you're less likely to maybe make them yourself.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Just about to say that. Exactly. We're able to see like that one that one girl, and it was hard for me at first to just be like, okay, she has an insecure, anxious attachment. Rightfully so, because she's been cheated on consistently.
Are you, you're talking about do you know the couple names?
Okay, I don't know their names. I know their faces. I'm terrible with names. But
Describe
she
them
was
and
with that.
I'll help them. I'll help you out.
Okay, that guy who talks like that. Oh, she got upset when
Chelsea and
he
Jimmy.
twirled Nadine around.
Yeah, yeah. Chelsea and
Yes,
Jimmy.
yes. See,
Mhm.
Jimmy was kind of a more secure attachment
Mhm.
style person. From what I saw, I was, like he said, a human case study. It's great to, kind of break
Yeah.
things down, whether we're right or wrong. It's great to at least try to do critical thinking. It starts somewhere. It
Yes.
starts
Yeah. It
somewhere.
really does.
And Ryan, Roebuck always talked to us about critical thinking and how important that is.
Uh,
She was she was an insecure, ancient attachment style, and it it it's we saw how, unfortunately, and this is the thing, it's not her fault that
it's not.
but unfortunately, not but, however, it is in a sense her responsibility, and that's what messed up, because not everything that someone's responsible for is their fault.
I would agree. And I feel like where she did go wrong, like you said, like you can't help that you have a anxious,
Right.
insecure attachment
It's a
style. All you
process
can
to
do,
heal. It's
yeah,
progress and
you just have
process.
to. She does have to take it on herself and like realize that she needs to do the work. But I think where she really went wrong was she tried to act as if she was like she was cool girl. Like she
Mm,
was okay with it all. Like at least
right.
to show people, especially like that scene with AD where they were talking
Yeah.
and he was like, dude, AD is stacked. Like and she was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like yeah, she looks great.
Yeah,
Angel,
and she
blah blah
called it
blah.
out. I was like,
Yeah, it's like
cringe, but
she
I don't.
she
I see.
tried to like be like, yeah, I'm so cool with that. Yeah, she looks great. I'm totally okay with my man talking to me about other women. So she hyped it up. But then when he turned around and left her to go talk to AD, who knows
Mhm.
like how the editing was cut, right? Like in
Yeah.
this show, we have to think about where the source is coming from. At least
Oh,
from
that's a
what
good
we
point.
saw. At least from what we saw. Like, yeah, that definitely made her feel uncomfortable, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be sick." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't. If you're not okay with your man saying something like that, instead of being like, "Ha ha ha, yeah, ha ha ha," you should be, especially if you're gonna marry this man, you should be
Right.
able
Gotta
to be like,
communicate.
"Well, actually, that was kind of weird that he said that to me." Like,
It was.
that's my
It
friend.
was. I was like, "Do you want a trophy for saying that? What do you want me to do with that? And why would you
Yeah,
say that?
why
Why
would
would
you
I?
say that? And like,
Yeah.
and
Why
like,
would you
hey,
say that?
it's just weird, especially since they just met like 2 days ago.
Exactly. And that's also the thing. Being an anxious, insecure attachment style, that is not necessarily saying that that's a bad thing, folks. I want to clarify
Mm.
my statement.
Oh yeah, it's not a
That
bad
is
thing.
not saying
And
it's a bad thing.
most people,
Exactly.
most people fall into
Experiences
yeah,
have,
put
and
it
it's
there.
great to be able to identify these attachment styles, because when it's phenomenal
Mhm.
when when you're something, but you're able to understand it.
Right, and then that's where like
Yes.
if you want to change, that's where change can happen. That's when it
Right,
happens. When
right,
you're like,
right.
oh, that's why I feel this way every time. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So like once you
Right.
start,
It's great to know exactly. And so
yeah, you
it's
can
like,
start
yeah,
unpacking
it's
those thoughts. I mean, like, oh, that's
right,
not maybe that's not real, or
right,
maybe this is me getting myself nervous, and maybe there's actually nothing to be worried
right.
about.
The
You know?
self-awareness is, yeah, it's what comes
Mhm.
with understanding. And what I was getting to was, eh, eh, when she started projecting that onto him, that's where it comes in, where it's like,
Mm.
she is responsible, but it is not her fault. You
Yeah.
know, he is not those guys. And when you've gone through something consistently, eventually, as a survival mechanism, you're going to be trained. Your body's trained to be able to recognize even the smallest things, so that it can,
Protect
um,
yourself if it
protect
needs
you from
to.
that. And so it's like someone could do these small things and not be the conclusion that you've experienced before.
Mm.
However, your mind does not know that. Your body and your mind is trying to protect you. And that's what, that's why my heart broke for her when she was drunk and she was saying that stuff to him. Because I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that is like really, that is like not okay. Like, that is not something to say. Like he really did not deserve that. He really did not deserve that. At the same time, it's very understandable why she did it. Doesn't necessarily make it okay, but I also learned that not everything has to be good in order to be understood.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
it's in my journal notebook okay, it's called Wounds into Wisdom Self-Awareness Interactive Journal Notebook with prompts, folks.
Okay.
It's in there. You're able to learn about yourself and others and identify certain things and have understanding. You're able to conversate and interact with yourself in this book, folks. So it will be
My
Oh,
goodness.
okay. Channel the laughter. It will be on Amazon. Aaron, Lavender, I'm so glad that you made that reaction because I was just like,
I love that. And what's crazy was right next to me.
oh, my first
Oh,
book.
your
Oh
first
my
book,
God.
poetry book. It is spoken.
Oh my God. You're literally gonna make me cry. I'm not even
Look at
joking. You're
that.
literally gonna make me cry.
Right
Oh
next
my
to you.
God. Shut up. Oh my God.
I
I don't think you
support
can
my
see my
girl.
eyes watering.
Oh,
Yes.
I support my girls all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Shut
So you have
up.
to
You're
send me
making me
that link to
cry.
that journal. You're gonna have to
Oh,
do
I
it.
definitely will. This I'm
It
Oh
took a
my
turn, folks.
God.
We're so sorry.
Thank you for supporting. Literally, I
All the
you have no
time.
idea how much that means to me
Really.
because it has definitely been like a struggle with that book. Because obviously, like, the sales have eventually declined, and that can be very discouraging. Um,
But it's so powerful. You put so much into it. Like, just
dude,
keep her
this
promoting. Just keep it up there.
thank
Keep it up.
you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, so yes, what's her name? LaQuambia. That's her name. I'm childish. That's clearly not her name. That's not her name. Um, her and Jimmy. Yeah, she was projecting it onto him, and he
Mm-hmm.
he genuinely cared for her. He genuinely did, care for her, and he really did
I think he did
try.
grow. I think he grew to really because I do feel like the looks took him aback, but I feel like he was trying. He was
He
definitely
definitely was
trying
trying.
more than some of the other guys in the
Oh yes,
because like
he was one of the mature ones.
he was.
Yeah,
And I think so Chelsea and Jimmy were like really good examples of an anxious attachment style. And I wouldn't say he's
yes.
necessarily avoidant, but maybe avoidant slash secure.
Secure avoidant. That's two
Yeah.
things can be true at once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
because mostly he was
Oh
there,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
could he have handled some things a little better? Or did
Of
he, like,
course.
not communicate in the best way? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And like you were saying, oh yeah, I think it's a great learning for both of them. I think
Mm.
based off what I was seeing, um, when it comes to those two couples, this is just based off what I was seeing.
Right. Right.
Um,
What we
it
saw.
looks like right, like you said, check the sources.
Too.
It's an edited show.
Mm. Heavily
Um,
edited.
it looked like him and her. There were things that, looking back in retrospective or whatever that word is,
Mhm.
in hindsight, that they could learn about each other. Like she could learn that, like, hey, like in hindsight, this man, in a sense, he did fight for you. And then she can also learn about herself, and then he can also learn about himself from her reactions about, his
Yeah.
communication could be a little bit better, something to grow on.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
when it comes to the projecting thingy, now a lot of people, I wonder, That's what's so important about the self-awareness. Because our internal securities, I know people say insecurities. I say the internal security when it is literally just your body, your mind trying to be a security for you.
Yeah, I like
You
that.
know,
Yeah.
yes, yes, because that word has such a negative stigma on it. But I'm just like, way back then in the caveman days, insecurities kept us alive. Literally, it's needed. You know,
Yeah.
our quote unquote insecurities, you know, we may only notice the bad things that it's done, but it's also done a lot of good things that we don't notice. But it's
Right.
literally just an inward and internal security. And like everything on this earth, nothing is perfect. So sometimes when our body is trying to harm us, I mean, when our body is trying to help us, it can also end up harming us unintentionally. But it's
Yeah.
literally just trying to love us enough to be a security. Um,
Right.
so
And
that's
keep you
why it's so,
safe. Like keep you
yes, to
safe from
keep
what
you
you
safe.
have experienced from before. That's
Exactly.
so interesting and crazy because the mind is so complex that like it will do all these things to make sure that you don't go through what you went through, but in a roundabout way, it will put you in situations that remind you and like mirror what you've been through. So that's
Yes.
like how AD was saying like she is constantly in a cycle of picking bad guys and
Mhm.
she has not stopped that cycle.
Yeah, I already knew he was so immature from the, I already, we all knew. We all knew.
Oh my gosh. And it
We all knew.
it's not enough. Like I feel like he wanted credit for being
Mhm.
for saying, "Oh, I'm fucked up. I have problems.
I know, right? Yeah. It's like,
I've seen my dad do awful things and I don't want to do that to you." Like, okay, you can not want to do it, so don't do it. Like you don't get brownie points for just saying
right,
that you're capable of doing bad things.
right.
That you know that you've done
Exactly.
don't get brownie points.
Right, right. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, 1000%. And, and that's the thing. That's why, like you were saying earlier, when we were talking about, being able to understand our attachment style, um, um, because it's just important to understand so that we can be self-aware because when we are in a relationship, we are in it with someone else, and we can bring our internal security, our internal bodyguard, you
Yeah.
know, and so it's on the lookout for us. It's on the
Yeah.
lookout. It's
Always.
it's like
I
I got you. I got you. Yeah, exactly.
mhm.
However, um, it, you know, it it's just trying to protect us. However, um, while how else can we grow if we don't, experience? How else can we give
Yeah.
different and better a chance if we don't allow it to happen? And
Yeah.
so the security guards inside of us, they're like, yeah, but remember
Right,
what
but I've
happened
been here
last
for so
time.
long. Right, I've been here for so long. I've been keeping you safe. What are you doing? But
Yes,
that's
so
when
that's
vulnerability
hard.
comes in,
Exactly.
and it's like, no,
And that's what I think was
no.
happening with her.
Yeah.
That sucks. And it's not fair because she projected on someone that, he is not those past guys
Mm,
necessarily, you know what I mean? And so that, like, for me, I learned eventually um not to make someone pay for the crimes of others.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
hard to
that's
unpack
hard though.
that. It really is because like you really have to like catch yourself in that mode of thinking because again, like your internal security guard is like it's like it's creating these thoughts, but it's like, but is that real? Is that really what's happening right here? I know this was happening in
Right.
the past, but is that what's happening right
Yes. Yes, exactly.
now?
I really wish I hope I really I wish they had um couples therapy on that show because
Right.
those two, yeah, I think that, she also needed to better validate his feelings as well and, say that, okay, I was wrong for what I said. What I said was not okay. Because
Yeah.
I really feel like because she is an insecure, avoidant attachment style, rightfully so. She is worth someone to come along and help her and be patient with her and
Yeah.
help her you know, eh,
Yeah.
unlearn those negative experiences and just be like, positive is real. I really wish, I hope that they're still together to be aged. I do think if they can, yeah, go to couples therapy, I really think they can work it out because she is great for his learning and
Hmm.
he is great for her learning because I, I just didn't get that vibe that he would cheat on her. I didn't get that vibe.
You're talking about Clay or
No,
Jimmy?
Jimmy and
Okay, Jimmy Kelsey.
yes,
Want to make
Jimmy
sure.
and Kelsey.
I would agree. Like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know because I haven't seen. I've seen like little clips and teasers
Mhm.
about like him talking with the other girl in the plot that he was, really fucking with.
Mhm.
But I don't know if he cheat. Maybe he
Yeah.
would like like
Have you
go.
finished the show?
I have not. I'm like
Okay.
2 more episodes, and then the reunion hasn't come out yet.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's just me. I could be wrong. I don't know him, and
I don't know
it's an
either.
edited show.
It really is exactly, and it's like
So,
that little clip obviously could have been like, "Ooh, stir
yeah,
the pot, drama, blah blah blah."
right. Yeah, I definitely think that those with, avoidant attachment styles, secure avoidant attachment styles, that's very rare, but it is possible. Or insecure avoidant attachment styles. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, insecure, anxious attachment style. That's what I meant to say. Anxious attachment style, secure, anxious. That is a thing. It's rare. Or anxious attachment style. They are worth the grace and the patience. You know what I mean? Like we just need someone to come along and just be patient with them. You know? Yeah.
It's really interesting how opposites, tend to attract, and an anxious
Yeah,
person
that is a
will end
thing.
up with an
That
avoidant
is a thing.
person, and that's probably one of like if you want to be in a relationship with that person, that'll probably be
Mhm.
the hardest challenge that you guys will have is getting over the insecurities that you both have.
Yes.
Being like, okay, well, this person actually does want to be here.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like we're not getting those and by we I'm saying just everyone who's going to be honest and say that they have internal bodyguards,
Mhm.
the internal security system um is, girl, not me forgot what I was going to say. It was going to be really good too. Oh my gosh, it was going to be like really good what I was going to say. Give me like 10 seconds literally.
Okay, let me try to do more thingies.
Yes,
More
try to get
pictures.
that was so funny.
I
Um
don't know, what did I do before? Is this double?
Internal bodyguards. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You did it, you did it. That's what I was gonna say. It's like these internal securities, these internal bodyguards, they don't they don't come from nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like i- it's not someone's fault that they're an anxious attachment or avoidant attachment style. It's not someone's fault. It's not. They literally the security guards come from somewhere. Our body better do that because that's what
Keep us
helped us.
alive. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what helped keep us alive. And um now we're in this modern type of society that is way too far advanced for our human evolution is not really what did they say? I don't know, a lot of scientists and psychologists they were saying how, our human evolution,
Has not caught up to like the technological evolution, maybe.
exactly. And so a lot of these things that used to serve us, we I don't want to say it's not like we don't need them. It's just that our need for them, it's kind of gotten stigmatized. For example, like loneliness, you know, that was not a stigma way back then. People needed people.
Yeah,
People could just boldly say that they were lonely. Like, people need people.
yeah,
People need
it's
people.
so important.
Exactly. Wanting a romantic relationship. That was never a stigmatized thing, ever. Like,
Yeah,
ever,
yeah, but now people are like looked down upon if they're dating for marriage or dating for marriage
Yeah,
at a certain age. But it's like if they want to get married, who cares?
exactly. Yeah. I was like, do y'all need them to go on Love is Blind in order for y'all to validate it? I'm
We'd love that.
childish.
Me personally, I'd love that.
I was looking on the website, not on the website. I was looking at, things that the producers and the hosts of the show were saying, and they were talking about, LGBTQ Love is Blind and how it's possible, it just would look extremely different. Everyone would have to be isolated. I have some ideas of how it could work, just me
Let
in general.
let me
But
know. I'm so interested.
I was looking at it. So I think within the next 5, 6 years that they will finally introduce it. They've already introduced the Queer Ultimatum. I don't watch Ultimatum. I don't watch that show, but that's like the sister of Love Is Blind.
Ooh,
I
now
don't
that
watch.
is a train wreck.
The first season, I was like, I know that is a train wreck. I was like, it was a good season, but I was like,
Terrible, terrible. Oh my gosh, right?
why would
I,
I
I
go there?
my exact thoughts because I was like, this is reality TV gold, but oh my gosh, this is a terrible premise. This is
Terrible
this is not
idea.
good for anybody involved.
Any anybody?
Nobody's gonna win. Nobody's
Nobody's
gonna
gonna
win.
win.
Nobody's gonna win, and nobody really did win, even though somebody got married. They didn't win. They didn't like each other.
Right? Yeah, I know,
Okay.
right? I know, right?
And then the queer one.
Exactly.
I also watched the queer one. I really liked that one.
Was it boring? I watched
It wasn't.
like half the first episode and I was like, I think this is
That.
boring. I'm not watching it. It seems not the idea. I'm not talking about the idea. I'm just talking about the cast. It just seemed boring. I don't know. That's just me, and I was judging it off of 30 minutes.
No worries. It was the cast was interesting. I think it was the first good season for the Queer Ultimatum. I hope they go guys next because
Hmm.
the girls were good, but I think the guys will give us the real drama.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing with a lot of, like we're talking about, like just Love is Blind and just in general, like shows like that. We can, like you said, a human case study. We can see this happen. A lot of traits happen in our own lives, our experiences. We can see this happen in society. Like that is a thing to project onto someone who's generally there for you, and it's not
Right.
necessarily be your fault. However, to this like other person, it's not fair to them necessarily. So that's when it becomes a
Right.
responsibility on the person's end.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it their fault. Yeah, 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 because of this season of Love is Blind, Lavender, and I love
Yeah.
how we were able to tie this in to vulnerability time, and like you said, human case study. I'm gonna I'm gonna send you a couple of titles for the episode, and you pick which
Yeah.
one you like
Right.
best. Um, but yeah, they're um, not me forgot again. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because of this current season of Love is Blind, first of all, I was so pissed at it. I'm gonna be honest, like I was so pissed that like there was a couple of huge things where I was just like, "Are you kidding? There's no way he thought that was okay. There was no way he was trying to deflect that, and
Mm.
there's no way someone is that. No, there's no way someone lacks that much self awareness. I just refuse to believe it. I was just like, there's no
It's
way he thought that was okay. Exactly, but I'm just like, so, but because of this season. I was looking into like if there's a LGBTQ Love is Blind. I was like, I'm scared to go. I'm not. I was like, I'm not gonna go on that show. I was like, I'm too scared. No, no, too many people be lying in the pods.
That's so true. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
scared.
But how would you set up the queer Love is Blind? Because you have some ideas.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like these are just my ideas, and I'm sure they can come up with better ideas. But I feel like there needs to be two sides. The all isolated and probably in like hotel rooms, like that show, The Circle.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that I was almost on. They
I
wanted me to be on the show.
remember.
Yes, I was almost on that show, everyone, but I rejected it because I rejected it twice
Yes, you did.
because I wanted to be on Big Brother, and now I look back and I was just like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? But um,
Yes,
yeah, I think there needs to be two sides, the pursuers and the pursued. That's what I think, and I think they can do everything like the pods, but there there be
that's how
two
you break
sides
it up.
because yeah, because if we're trying to get all like how many people is it? 50 or 40?
What is it
Whatever.
like?
All like
Like
maybe
total?
like
Maybe like 20, 20, 30.
on each side there's 20.
Actually, maybe 30. No, 30 total. Like 30 guys, 30, 15 guys.
Yeah, yeah, total.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So all 30, it's gonna be too much camera time to I mean too much it's just gonna be I feel like if everyone just separately um were in the pods, that I think that would be like 5 episodes of them in the pods. So it's like we don't need that. So I
yeah,
think there should be like two sides, the pursued and the pursuers. Um and then it just have to pod out like that. 15,
exactly.
15, and then you meet in pods like that, you know.
And that
Yeah.
would be really cool. And then I guess the main qualification would just be like that you're queer in like the most general sense. Like you really wouldn't
Yeah.
care. But imagine like, well, so like if we're doing pursuers and a pursued, we're coming up with the show.
I
Um,
know, right? I love it.
what if like there's say a gay guy
Hmm.
and like I guess the most polar opposite, which would be a lesbian woman. And what if they started liking each other? I mean, I guess they would just change. They're
Oh no, I'm thinking what they would do is like kind of like the ultimatum, queer ultimatum. Like it'd be just all guys, and then they can make another season of Love Is Blind
with all
LGBTQ, and
girls.
it just be all girls. Right? Yeah,
Okay. 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 And then like
hmm
trans men and trans women included in those
Yeah, it can. Yeah, that can happen.
groups. I think that'd be cool.
I don't think they're gonna do that for the first season. I don't think they're gonna do that for the first season. I think they're gonna
Yeah.
slowly, eventually add that in.
So definitely
Um,
for season one.
right, right. Because they don't want to like because there will be obviously there are people that will just they'll be like, oh no, I don't want to watch that, like The Bachelor. They had to slowly incorporate diversity eventually. They
Yeah.
slowly incorporated it, ease it up on society, unfortunately. um yeah, but yeah, so that's so yeah, that's kind of like how I would do the show, but because of this current season of Love Is Blind, I'm just noticing like it I don't want to say it really yeah, no, it kind of scared me off from even thinking about auditioning for the show when I do get a chance.
Yeah.
Literally because of that guy, because what he did, that is a real thing in like society. Like when people literally and they will do like the worst thing and then act like or deflect it or act like, "Oh, I didn't know,"
Right.
even when they do know. And I'm just like, that is scary because it's like, though that girl was mean, she
And
was
you
really mean to
and
him.
you're talking about Laura and Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the one that talked to Sarah for about
Sarah Ann.
20 hours.
I
Yeah,
know.
She
Oh,
was mean to him. She was really mean to him. I didn't think it was going to work out anyway. She was mean to him. Um, I I did have hopes for them at first. I really did. I really did. I think that the type of communication style, I think that's what kind of like drove a wedge. And
yeah.
I, yeah, I think he would have done that if she was mean to him. I don't know. That doesn't make what he did right, though. It does not make what he did right. That was not okay. I was like, come on, like seriously,
Oh,
like, come
but
on, like you could just leave her because she's like her communication style to you is like awful. However,
yeah,
doing that, why
it's
do
no
that
better.
in a relationship? Exactly. I was just like, just cut it off, then go do that.
Like to your fiance. And
Right? Like, why
I
would you do
agree.
that?
They did not talk to each other nice, and especially
They
him.
did not.
Like she aired their shit out as soon as
Yeah.
she could. That was so weird. Like when he met her family for the first time, and she was
Wait,
like,
she didn't talk to him nice? I mean, he didn't. He talked to her nasty as well. Because I'm gonna be
a
honest,
little bit,
there
yeah,
were like 3 episodes that I like skimmed through.
yeah.
But yeah, they both their communication styles. It was not
It
giving.
wasn't it. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, can I really blame him because she was airing the
Right.
shit out, and like he got defensive about it because like it's the
Yeah.
first time he's meeting her parents, and she's telling them
Yeah,
how
that was so
how he
wrong.
liked another girl's Instagram message. Like that's weird.
Yeah, that was wrong. That's not okay to do. Like,
No,
obviously, I'm sure he felt kind of like attacked because it's like, it's one against all of them. Though they,
right.
kind of had his back, but it's just like, that's not a time and a place and a way to communicate that,
Yeah,
in front of everyone when ultimately they're going to have your back because they're your family. That's
right.
not a way to help someone see the error of their ways. He's just going to get defensive. He's not going to be
It,
defenseless. He's going to get
right.
defensive.
Trying to be like, oh yeah, you're right, and actually mean it when he's in front of your mom, your dad, your brother, and your sister-in-law. Like
Yeah.
she set him up, and then like she was talking about, oh, his Hawaiian shirts, and it's a no. Why does that
I
matter?
know. Why did you say that? Why would she say that? I was
After
cringing. I was like, no.
after all of the work that us women have put into mm, like unlearning that a man has any opinion over what we wear and our choice on our body, she's gonna go and say he can't wear Hawaiian shirts.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
your deal breaker. That that
Right.
that was one of the biggest things that you said to your fiance is like, hey, I can't marry you if you keep wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah. Like I said, the
Oh, keep it
immaturity
real.
this season was real. The immaturity was
Yeah,
very real. I was like, come on, there's no way. See, I feel like the producers purposely pick people that they know
are gonna be
will
shit shows.
eventually be. Yes, it's going to be that good
Yeah.
amount of toxic drama to keep the viewers invested. You
Yeah.
know,
Cool.
yeah.
I will say though, one of my favorite couple, what's his name? Johnny and Amy?
Yes, the only ones that got. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet.
No, I've seen. I know. I haven't seen it, but I know.
Oh, okay,
I know.
okay.
Well, I don't know if Jimmy and Chelsea get married. I know AD and Clay don't. AD says yes, and then Clay says fucking no on the altar after he was
Oh,
like, "You're gonna marry me?" Oh my
did you
god,
hear
yes.
what he said after he said no?
Oh yeah, like I still
I'm
rock
not
with
gonna
you.
tell you.
He was like, "I still rock with you."
Yeah, I'm gonna get the therapy. I'm gonna do this. This is not over. And I loved what she said the like episode before. Was it 2 episodes before when she was like, I'm not gonna. I came to honor the timeline of this experiment. I'm not gonna be just your long term like fiance for. That's not what I'm looking for. You understood the assignment when you came here. Like that's not what I'm looking for. Is to just be dragged along for your convenience because you're scared of commitment. That's not fair
Right.
to me when I'm ready for commitment. And
Oh,
you know,
yes, AD.
yeah, I,
Yes,
I
AD.
love when she said that because I was just like, that's what I wanted to say to like every immature guy that I came in contact with. I'm just like, you're not a bad person, but you knew beforehand, and now, but you knew you were scared beforehand. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And if
Why
you're
string
still
me along
scared,
for your convenience?
right, like either stop being scared or stop fucking talking to me. There's no I'm rocking with you.
Exactly.
If you don't say yes right now,
Yeah.
ring off. I
Exactly.
don't want to see you again.
Right. And this is to show love is blind. You understood what this meant. He said that he's watched another season before. He knows. So I'm just like, what were you thinking? He was so mature. I could just tell in the pods. And I didn't even watch like that much pods because I always skim through the pods.
So
But it
either
was
right, the
so
pods are kind
evident.
of boring. But
They are very boring.
here's the tea. I saw TikTok on this. I don't know if it's true, but I can see it being true. The tea
Oh,
is
yeah.
he really went on the show to promote his jet ski business, which he does talk about
Yes.
in the show a little bit. So he went on to promote his business, and people are thinking, hypothesizing that he's
Oh, he's fluid.
yeah.
Of course. See, like I said, Lavender,
You think
98% of
it's
humanity
true?
is fluid. Of course. I catch it a little too much. It's a curse, not a blessing
Do you feel the same
anymore for
way
me to
about
catch it.
Kenneth? Because my boyfriend Bryce thinks Kenneth is, and I'm like, I don't know.
Which one is Kenneth? You know I suck at
The
names.
other big black guy with
Oh, of
the little black
course. I
girl.
feel like I I literally said it the other day. I was like, girlfriend, he's fluid. Your man is fluid. Your man is fluid. I was like, he suppresses it,
Holy shit!
obviously
Right,
because of his environment. But I'm
right.
just like,
He weaponizes that religion real well,
oh, exactly.
real
Yeah, I
well.
was like,
Ah,
oh,
that's
there's
how
an
you
insecurity.
know.
He's getting defensive.
Oh,
He's
oh.
yeah, that's how you know when someone is denying a part of themselves is when they project that burden of secrecy onto someone else. They get
Mm,
defensive. They get that internal security. I was just like, oh, when people get defensive, oh, when someone around them is gay, I'm like, oh, they're not getting defensive for no reason. And honestly, if you're listening to this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're listening to this and you be getting defensive when someone around you's gay, if you begin that internal security,
mm.
you got some, you got to learn your shadow self, face those
Yeah,
parts of your shadow self, okay? Because you're hiding something and you're being defensive for you're not just doing it for no reason. Okay, we just got to be honest there. I'm so tired of people who are low key, they're just hiding it, but it which is honestly, I get it, secrecy is also safety, but it's just like when you harass or project that frustration that you have about your own self, when you project onto someone else, that's not fair, that's not okay.
it's not
Point
fair.
is,
And
exactly. Point is, you're fluid and you're scared about it and you're mad about it, and you project onto someone else because the burden of carrying a secret can be too much sometimes. I just got to be honest there. I'm
it,
tired of it. I'm
sure,
tired of it. I'm
I'm sure,
tired of
like
it.
it'd be crazy how much happier he would be if he would like May go give a guy a kiss.
Exactly.
Maybe we go kiss him. Maybe. I don't know.
Exactly.
Just see how you feel.
Exactly.
One kiss.
You
See
know
how
how
you feel.
guys are. Once them guys get drunk, then you start to see what
Mm,
they've been suppressing. Uh huh. And I'm
yeah,
just
their
like,
inhibitions. Yeah.
exactly. And then they're so homoerotic when they're straight, when they're quote unquote straight. And I'm just like, that's why I call guys straight identifying. I was like, oh no, you just identify that. But when
Yeah,
it
I
comes
like
to
that.
Kenneth or Kennedy, whatever his name is, okay, he, it seems like his environment, the people that he's around, it seems like it's not a safe place for him to even
Speak
it
that.
seems like it's not a safe place. So I
Yeah.
am understanding that security, um, I mean, excuse me, that secrecy can also be a form of safety in certain environments. However, that doesn't excuse someone, quick to use religion to shame someone. I was just like, oh, sweetheart, what are you so mad about? Oh, it's like, do I need to get you drunk and then have a conversation with you? Because I'm just like,
Uh,
you're just
literally.
like, oh, you're not getting mad for no reason.
And it's like, dang, the second time she brought up, like, I'm not feeling like there's a connection between us, he was like, well, that's your fault. That's on you. And if you don't want to admit
Exactly.
that, then maybe this isn't for us. God wouldn't do this to blah blah blah. I'm like, what? I was like, he's not breaking up with
Yeah.
her. He's breaking up with her.
Right. He's doing it. And I was just like, it was so evident. I was just like, he's
Holy
he's doing this
shit.
because society and his environment has gaslit him. And now he's gaslighting himself
Mm,
at the same time trying to deny the actual
feels.
reality. A person can't be
Yeah.
whole until they start to identify or acknowledge their shadow self. Like, come on. And that can mean anything. Shadow self can mean just anything that we
Don't want
don't
other
want or
people.
society doesn't want. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are worth the love to love all of you and
Yes,
to
every
receive
part.
love. Yeah,
And every
that
part
one
that
guy. Hello, everyone. Before we end the video, I would love to announce, and I am proud to announce that my second book is available now on Amazon. It is called Wounds into Wisdom, Self-Awareness Interactive Journal Notebook with Prompts. If you love learning about yourself, if you want to go into more self-awareness, if you want to talk to your inner child, if you want to just talk to yourself and you know uh find out new things, this journal notebook with prompts is for you. It is interactive. It has spaces where you can doodle or draw anything that symbolizes the prompt. um you are able to interact and conversate with these prompts in the journal notebook. And it also has space at the end for you to just journal if you would like to just journal. But yes, these prompts in the book are very wise and thought provoking. Um, it will make you think, I have never thought about that before. I did not recognize that in my life until now. These will blow your mind. These will drop your jaw in a good way. In a good way. But yes, the link to purchase the book is on Amazon. The link will be in the episode description below. Also, thank y'all so much for making it to the end of this episode. I challenge you to send this podcast to at least one person. You never know whose life you are going to save by sending this podcast, because they might send it to someone else who really needed to hear it, and that person's life will be saved. Because remember, the point of this podcast, um, in general, vulnerability time, is what if someone's on their way home to end their lives, but because they listened to a special guest or to me, because they listened, they decide to live, even if it's just a little bit longer. This is a life-saving podcast, folks. And yeah, thank y'all so much. And I will see y'all next time for whatever episode that will be, because this is a pre-recorded outro. Already love y'all tons. Stay amazing. I'm proud of you for still breathing on this earth.